3 dirtbags from Jacksonville found out that after they went to Seminole County and stole a Corvette, they should not have come to Flagler County.
3 are arrested after stealing a vehicle in Seminole County and fleeing in a high-speed chase with Flagler County deputies. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Deputies were alerted to the stolen Corvette and located it in Palm Coast on Palm Coast Parkway. The suspects then fled in a second car, but they didn't know that Fireflight was above them, advising deputies where the car was so that we could safely try to apprehend them. The fleeing car hit stop sticks on US 1 near Matanzas Parkway, and the vehicle still tried to flee, although it looked like a NASCAR that was losing a tire as the whole rubber tire came off in one big circle. They then abandoned the car and tried to flee on foot into a wooded area. Fireflight was on top of them, and we quickly apprehended 2 individuals, and then we spent about 30 minutes looking for the third one, and he came within a canine snout of getting dog bit during the apprehension. But he made one good decision in this chase, and that day he surrendered, and the dog was recalled. All 3 individuals are in the Green Roof Inn where they belong. This was great teamwork by Fireflight, Sheriff's deputies, St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, Seminole County Sheriff's Office, and FHP. Teamwork puts the dirtbags in jail.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, February 24th.
They've established that ECL. So now they can legally say the C word of that belongs to the state, and landward of that belongs to the owner.
Last week's Free for All Friday focused on a variety of issues impacting Flagler County.
The first issue to come up, a town hall meeting last week to discuss an erosion control line for about 3 miles of Flagler Beach that was renourished last year. Flagler County Commissioner Greg Hansen.
The erosion control line puts into law, if you will, the high water mark. So most people that have homes on the beach, their deed says that their property goes to the high water mark. But the high water mark could change daily with tides and everything else. Before you can do a beach renourishment project, you have to establish legally what that mark is. And so the ECL is just that.
Hansen says surveyors established the ECL last October.
In order to establish who's going to maintain it, establish where we're putting state-funded sand, that line's important. But to the average homeowner, it really doesn't mean anything. And that's the point we were trying to get to them.
Hansen says most homeowners had questions about potential impacts to home values.
A lot of them last night thought about that and asked about that, and they went away happy because what it does, it actually, the high water mark has gradually moved westward with the erosion of the beach and whatever. So we've established it now. So no matter what happens, beach erosion, whatever, that line's there. It doesn't move.
Hansen says property owners have until March 13th to respond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Starting today, Palm Coast micro-surfacing contractor will begin crack sealing on multiple roads as part of a pavement preservation project. Brittany Kershaw, Director of Communications and Marketing for the City of Palm Coast, has details.
We just wanted to let residents know that they may see some of our road work contractors throughout town today and for the remainder of this week. And this is our contractor who's going to be completing the microsurfacing, which is the resurfacing of some of our residential roadways. We're going to do over 30 roads this year, and that will start in April. So ahead of that project, the contractor is going through these roads and filling in any of the deeper cracks within the roadway. So you may see them throughout town on residential roads, and it's a mobile operation, so it shouldn't cause too much of a traffic jam, but they're going to assess the deep cracks and fill them in with a certain material that needs time to cure, and then they'll be back in April to do the complete microsurfacing. So this is just a preparation step as we get ready for the microsurfacing to begin this spring. So we just wanted to let residents know that they may see contractors on residential streets this week. They'll be working 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and it's just on those 30 roads that will receive the microsurfacing. A complete list of the roads that are getting the microsurfacing can be found on the City of Palm Coast website, palmcoast.gov/newsroom.
A town hall meeting has been scheduled to discuss the airport overlay ordinance.
Flagler County Commissioner Kim Carney will hold her first town hall meeting tomorrow to discuss the proposed airport overlay ordinance at 6 p.m. at the Palm Coast Community Center.
In order for the airport to accept money from the state, we are required to have this ordinance in place, brings us to height restrictions of what you can and cannot build within so many feet of the runway.
She adds the airport ordinance is well overdue, and it is important to get the correct information to citizens before voting.
So this is kind of step one in trying to get this area resolved before we go into a master plan. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Carney will be joined by Flagler County staff, including Deputy County Attorney Sean Moylan, who will make a presentation. Discussion about the proposed ordinance and a Q&A session will follow. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
Friday night, the WNZF Sports Network kicked off our spring broadcast schedule in the frigid climes of the Ship when Matanzas hosted Palatka.
And that one in a center field. And it's an easy play, and that will do it.
Pirates Seth Avalar got Paxton Sweat to fly out to center to get out of a jam in the first, but the Panthers would score 3 apiece in the second and fourth and open up a 6-0 lead. A P.J. Trentner single was the first Pirate hit of the game in the sixth. Nigel Seda singled to lead off the seventh, but the Panther left-hander Braden Johns completed his shutout, striking out 11 in the 6-0 win. Tomorrow, the Pirates are at Menendez, while FPC hosts Vieira. 4 goals for Vincent Ferrugiaro propelled Matanzas Lacrosse past Ocala Forest 6-3 Friday. They're at Beachside Wednesday. FPC softball was outlasted 4-3 against Atlantic Coast Friday. They're at the alma mater St. Augustine tomorrow night. Boys wrestling, Matanzas had 6 wrestlers placed at regionals. Mason Obama won his class. 10 placed for FPC, with Kevin McLean, Robert Twilley, Rondon Ricks, and Carson Barrett winning individual titles. Girls regionals took place in Panama City for FPC. The Bulldogs had 5 titleists. Defending state champions Mariah Mills and Nina Borgman were joined by former state champions Tiana Fries and Kendall Bibla, as well as Alexa Caledonio. 8 of 9 wrestlers qualified for state, including defending champ Jocelyn Johnson, who talked about how Coach David Bossardette has helped push her towards a repeat.
He's kind of seen the spark that I have and been pushing me to go chase after it. He's basically my athletic father, because he's just been there. He'll be there if I need him. So I just appreciate everything that he's done for me, all the tournaments that he's sent me to, all of the recognition that he's given me.
The state tournament starts 1 week from Thursday. Girls lacrosse tonight. FPC welcomes Stanton. Gainesville is at Matanzas. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the sports desk, I'm Mike Licio.